Side of the ball.
All 4 of his double-doubles with the Toronto Raptors. Great cut once again. The kick, dip, got it from the corner.
The start of the Scottie Barnes-less Toronto Raptors ends in a win. It was a close one, and the Raptors nearly lost the game, but pulled out the W against the Charlotte Hornets thanks to a balanced offensive attack from RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley.
I think it's, never taking that for granted. Never taking any opportunity that I get, whether it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Just being in that position, I think, is where I want to be, and making the most of it is, what I'm trying to do.
Ochai Agbaji got the start in place of Barnes in this game and had some nice plays and scored 13 points, albeit on 20 shots. Still, it was not just Barnes that the Raptors had to work without. Bruce Brown was ruled out prior to the game, and Jakob Poeltl was ruled out for the second half of action with a dislocated pinky, and we will wait on an update on that front. Nevertheless, it was IQ and RJ who led the way for Toronto. They combined for 45 points and quickly tied a season high with 11 assists as the New York boys led the way.
I talked to those guys individually before the game, and what I told them is like they're gonna have expanded role and minutes, and I told them that I'm not gonna make any conclusions based on one game, good or bad, So I thought that tonight both of them, they did some really good stuff, and I think there is another layer to it, what they can do communication-wise, where they need to be on the floor.
Scottie's a big part of what we do. It takes a group effort to make up for what he does. Takes a lot more effort, honestly, because he does so much that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So a lot of effort, things we have to make up for. The intangibles, things he does, extra possessions he gives us, the defensive versatility. So kind of a group effort to make it that up.
The Raptors were comfortably leading in the fourth quarter thanks to some well-rounded performances from everyone, including Grady Dick and Jordan Nwora, who poured in 11 points apiece off of the bench. Still, things got dicey. The Raptors only scored 1 field goal in the final 4 minutes and 24 seconds of play, but still, they pulled out the win. Now, today marked a new phase for the Raptors, figuring out how to play without Barnes in the meantime, and both Quickley and Barrett are going to be playing massive parts in that equation, and that is what we got to talk about in the film room today. How can the Raptors create advantages on offense without the help of Scottie Barnes? It's going to rely a lot on guys like Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett developing as playmakers and leveraging their skill sets as scorers on offense to be able to create advantages for others. For example, RJ Barrett is a beast at getting to the rim, so he's always drawing tons of help, and a guy like Immanuel Quickley is there to make teams pay. Same thing here. Teams are going under on this RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl pick and roll, but IQ does a great job of relocating off of the ball, gets the wide open 3 here. That is all created by RJ Barrett's gravity at the rim. His presence there really makes a problem for opposing defenses. So here, he gets all the way to the basket, but his lane to finish there is closed off. Instead, kick out pass, wrap around pass to Jordan Nwora, who knocks down the 3. Same idea here. He's curling to the basket, going left, and instead it's a dump off pass to Nwora for the layup. Using that rim gravity is going to be the name of the game for how RJ is able to create open shots for his teammates, and that is an area that I want him to explore even more. For Quickley, it's a mixed bag. It's pushing in transition and finding guys there, using his speed to really set out things in transition for the Raptors. But it's also these pick and roll plays with Jakob Poeltl, who hopefully is okay despite that dislocated pinky. The Raptors got a lot of open opportunities because IQ does a great job of drawing 2 in most pick and roll situations. They rarely want IQ to come off of a screen. Defenses rarely want IQ to come off of a screen and not have that big man at least show. And so that creates a lot of opportunities for dump off passes to Jakob Poeltl, who is excellent in the short roll, not only at creating his own shot, so he gets these nice little push shots to go most of the time, but it also creates a 3-on-2 situation where, Jakob could pass it to Grady in the corner, or if Ochai cuts, he can find him, and that had a lot of success tonight against Charlotte. But this is an area where I think Immanuel Quickley's playmaking needs to grow. He has to be able to learn to keep his dribble alive and find better ways to make these post-entry passes. Oftentimes, when he wants to get a pass inside, He stops his dribble, kind of has this move right here to kind of go over the defender and then dump it off inside. He has to be able to keep his dribble alive in order to keep the options open for, his scoring ability. RJ Barrett's rim gravity forces tons of help from the Hornets. He kicks it out. Jante, swing, Gary Trent Jr. wide open shot. I just wanted to highlight this play because I thought it was an awesome pass from Grady. Just an incredible pocket pass. How does he find that angle? And then this, defense is in rotation. The idea of rim gravity is super important, but what a pass by Grady. Just wanted to highlight that. This time, this curling screen for Immanuel Quickley. Teams are always going to go over because of the scoring threat. And so the Hornets are late. Rotation is late too. Great wraparound pass by IQ. And that leads to Grady Dick for the open three, who has been on fire for the last 20 plus games. He has just been absolutely insane, especially from the corners where he's hitting like 65% of his threes. It is genuinely incredible to watch Grady Dick shoot the basketball. I can't wait to see him become even better as a basketball player. His feel for the game is incredible. His ability to make plays for others and kind of use his handle sometimes in certain situations is really, really special. But I think the name of the game for this, 6-week period for the Raptors is seeing how much more they can get out of RJ, how much more they can get out of Immanuel Quickley when it comes to their scoring ability, but also their ability to play make for their teammates. I think, RJ and IQ, for the most part, their skill sets as scorers are sort of established. RJ, incredible rim presence, able to get to the rim, bully his way there, improving as a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, still has to work through, the in-between game, developing a mid-range jump shot, developing his floater game, like all of these like in-between stuff are things that he has to grow as a scorer. And I think these next 6 weeks will be a really, really important time for that. But I think using that scoring ability to create for his teammates will go a long way for the Raptors. For IQ, it's that pull-up 3-point shooting ability that draws so much attention on pick and rolls and dribble handoffs that he can easily make those dump-off passes, be the connector of sorts for their offense. I would like for IQ to become even more complex with his reads in the pick and roll, manipulate them a little bit more. And albeit he's a smaller guard, so it's tougher for him to see over the defense like a Luka Doncic or a LeBron James. It's a very different ball game, right? But he just has to work on that. And I think both of those guys will have ample opportunity to work on that, for these next 6 weeks. Really, really tough that Scottie Barnes is not going to be here for the Raptors for the foreseeable future. They were really developing a chemistry and an identity together, and it was sort of exciting to see what the final product was going to look like. I was talking to someone earlier today, and they were like, well, like, what's the big reason you're kind of bummed out? And it's because this 6-week post-All-Star break period, 8-week post-All-Star break period was supposed to be a sort of trial run for next season. If they went 500 to finish the year after the All-Star break, you could say, okay, well, this team could potentially be a 500 team next season. And if you add some guys in the offseason, if you add another rookie, if you get another rotation player, maybe they're better than a 500 team next season. We don't know any of that now because Barnes is going to be out for the foreseeable future. And who knows how long Jakob Poeltl is going to be out with his dislocated pinky. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have dislocated both of my pinkies. You guys see it? Yes, you see it. Yeah, so this one obviously worked out much better than this one. This one is like a demented pinky. And I dislocated both of them playing basketball. It wasn't a fun injury. It wasn't fun at all. It happened when I was like 14 years old. I dislocated them both at the same time, by the way. Obviously, Jakob Poeltl will have the best of people to take care of him. I'm sure it'll be much easier for him than it was for me. But pinkies are no fun to deal with. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's not too serious. And we can kind of get a rhythm for this team going forward. But hey, man, look, they got a win against the Charlotte Hornets. I know there's going to be conversations about keeping the pick, not keeping the pick or whatever. I'll say this for you guys, right? I do not believe the Raptors have any interest in keeping this pick this year. I think, if it happens to happen, they're not going to be mad about it. But I really don't think that the Raptors are going in with the intention of losing a bunch of games in order just to keep their pick in this draft. Very much so, doubt so. And I guess that's just my read on the situation. I don't think that's the way they want to move. That being said, maybe they don't have a choice. The Raptors barely squeaked out a win against the Hornets tonight. They have some tough games. They got a road trip coming up. And so it's going to be tough. Wins are going to be tough to come by. And maybe just by the nature of that, they, lap Memphis in the standings. They're back in the 6th best or worst odds, and they keep their pick again. But I don't think the Raptors are actively seeking that. If that's clarification for you guys. Either way, game is done. We'll see how this team evolves over this next 6 weeks. I'm really excited to see Grady Dick get more touches, Ochai Agbaji get more touches and get more feel for the game. Obviously, Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett, which we just both talked about. I guess those are the things that I'm looking forward to and seeing how this team kind of shakes out for the rest of the year. It is, to be honest with you, it is a bit of a waiting game for the offseason now in terms of the big picture stuff. But if you really are interested in the developmental side of this team, you're looking forward to Grady, you're looking forward to IQ, you're looking forward to RJ, even Ochai, Jordan Nwora, even guys like Javon Freedom Liberty, excuse me. They get their opportunities, and that's cool in its own right. DJ Carton got first quarter minutes tonight, so look, it's a thing. We're going to just have to go through these next 6 weeks. And by the way, folks, if you find yourself, kind of drifting away from Raptors stuff, there is a lot of good NBA basketball happening. I can promise you of that. I have my eyes glued not just to the Raptors, but the NBA in general. And man, are we in for an incredible race in the Western Conference. Man, are we in for an incredible race in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be a good one. I'm really excited for the final stretch of the season, despite the Raptors being in the situation they are. Hope you guys are too. Hope you guys enjoy basketball as much as I do, folks. Subscribe to the Raptors Republic YouTube channel. Like the video if you guys want other people to watch it. And, go and support everybody else at Raptors Republic too. Podcasts galore, great breakdowns as always. The writing is incredible. You know what we do here at Raptors Republic. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. I will see you on Tuesday for the Pels. Bye-bye.